Welcome. This is the Lynn and Sheryl Show. I'm Lynn Serrano.
And I'm Cheryl Eisenhower.
We'll be right back after this. Hi, Cheryl. It's another hump day. It's Wednesday. How are
So,
you?
and yeah, your thing didn't play, so
Oh, it did for me.
I don't know if it did on the thing. It didn't for me, so we're good. I just sit here and waited on you, so we're good.
Okay,
Um,
how are you? You look like you're not moving on me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, so don't worry. If
Okay.
it's a delay, we can hear you. We can see that
It
you're
may be
still
the
there.
internet. They've been kind of crazy out there. As long as you can see me and hear me, that's all that
Well, we
really
can hear you. You're not moving, but that's okay. Oh, I lost Cheryl for a minute. I'm sure she'll come right back. So, um, hey, Bill, thanks for being here. It's nice to see you. Thanks for driving the road safe. So, hopefully, Cheryl will be right back because her internet is going in and out. And she picked today's topic, and I have no idea what this topic means. So, hopefully, she's going to be right back because I want to razz her for the topic that she picked today because I have no idea where she's going with the topic. So, yeah, hopefully she'll be right back. Um, I want to tell you what the topic is, and it is in the subject line. Except I want to razz her. Oh, there she is. There. She is. You're live now, Cheryl.
I just saw a Spectrum truck riding up down the road. I think they're out there playing with the line somewhere. So if I get lost again, just keep on talking. Maybe they'll.
Yeah. Well, I was just telling everybody, you picked this topic, and I don't know where you going with this. And the funny thing is as far as the huckleberries, we have huckleberries here in the western part of Montana, and so I don't know what you mean by this topic. Who's your huckleberry?
Don't ask me where this. Don't ask me where the idea came from. I was sitting there right before I texted to you the other night, and this ran across my mind. But Doc Holliday in the Western looked at him and told him, said, "I'm your huckleberry." And what he meant is, I can do the job. And so we all have, or we hope to have, huckleberries, somebody that'll do the job or help us do the job. And I've been without help here for a while, and I have a new huckleberry now. She's here, and she's doing a great job, and it's so nice. It's so nice to just be able to rely on someone. That's you don't find that many people that you can just totally rely on. And it's a huckleberry is just someone that says, I'm here to help you. I'm standing behind you. Whatever you need, just let me know. And if you're lucky enough to have one of those people, keep them close.
I think that's fantastic because I mean, I was with you, and I think this is about 3 years ago. I'm sure that I remember when the rains of the first time you were like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get somebody to help me. And you were like making a list of who the heck is going to help me and what they're going, what you're going to allow them to do. And because that was really hard because you're used to doing everything yourself. And then I know there was a time that you've been without help. And so now you're having help again. So the cool thing is the fact of I know what it was for you first to be letting go of some of your reins of no, they can do this and no, they can't do that, to going to being without and appreciating the fact that, boy, that really helped me. And then shifting gears for a little while. So, I mean, sometimes, it's one of those things that you have it and you don't have it. And the appreciation of, gosh, what did I do without having one to begin with, somebody to help, and then having one and then not having one. And where, and Bob says it's a line from the movie Tombstone.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about the fact of how you felt then and then when you went without and how it feels now? Because I think we take things for granted. And I know how I felt when I had a housekeeper, and I was like, no, I could do this. And I always cleaned before they came. And I was like, no, they can't do that. And I can do this. And I kept myself accountable. So where are you all at? Where's
Well,
your,
I've always been one of those that did it all. You just do it. It was my job. I did it, and life goes on. But then, as when we started raising family, needless to say, I had to get somebody to help with that part. But life goes on. I got into another business. Things progressed. I was just getting everything was rock and rolling. I was moving. I was doing the manufacturing plant, but I was also working in Jerry's business. And there was never an extra minute in the day. And I actually hired the first girl, the one where you caught me at, because I needed a doorknob. If you understand. So for about 3 or 4 days, I had been sitting there. I got to go get the doorknob because I didn't have one. But there was never a time. And because I just kept moving on and on into more things. And then I got into the hiring. And then when I did that, you have no real schedule. You have to fit your life into other people. But that doorknob that's terrible to say, but that's what made the decision. I got to have somebody to go get a doorknob.
yeah. Yeah.
And that's when I got Christina. And I wasn't looking for a housekeeper, but I needed somebody to help me with the housekeeping.
Right.
But I was looking for somebody to help me with some of the paperwork, somebody kind of a personal assistant /
Yeah.
housekeeper.
Aaron. Yep. And somebody to do errands.
Errands, do all the stuff that Jerry doesn't do.
Right.
I mean, run the laundry up there, do this. I mean, I was taking a whole day and I do things on a circle. So I would sit down and I'd list every place that I had to go.
Right.
And grab all of the going and whatever and just make a big loop. And that would take half a day, sometimes a day, depending on if the grocery store and all that stuff was in the mesh. So it worked really well with Christina. And then she had to quit because of her father. It was kind of a mutual feeling. And then I was going pretty good for a period of time without her. And then the big C hit.
Yeah.
And you're spending half a day at the hospital every day, getting treatments and all that. So all of a sudden, everything started getting behind again. If you had seen my desk, you would have understood. Not just the desk. I was one of those people. If I needed a light bulb or if I needed anything, I knew within 6 inches in this house where anything was at.
Right.
It was getting to a point because I wasn't getting it put back in the right spot. Jerry wasn't putting it in the right spot. I didn't know where anything was at. So I was spending more time hunting than I was anything else. So I just stuck a thing up on our neighborhood thing thinking, maybe whatever, don't know. And so the first girl that contacted me, she was actually coming to work on that Monday. And she sent me a text on Tuesday and said she had to fly to Chicago. Her mom had just been diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh.
So you kind of know that maybe wasn't the way that it was supposed to go. So I just put it on the back string again. Well, then I had a young lady contact me yesterday, a couple of days ago. Maybe it was yesterday, before yesterday. And we were just going to meet today and things wound up. It's like, oh, can I just start? It's like, come on down. So, and she's going to do what Christina did. And it's the thing about it, I know this sounds silly. I enjoy putting a puzzle together once in a while. 10, 15 minutes a day. I don't want to sit down and put the whole puzzle together, but 10 or 15 minutes. It clears the mind. It gets work off the mind. It relaxes me for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. I couldn't put 2 pieces in a puzzle because there was always something to do. There was not a 15-minute window not to do anything.
Yeah.
And so now maybe I can get back to my puzzle one day. But our major thing right now is undoing the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Everything that's got moved where it shouldn't be. So don't ask me next week if this is conquered. No,
Yeah.
because I'll be gone all next week. But it's going to take a little while because I don't want to just move it anymore. I told her, I said, I want to pull closets out. I want to start where nobody sees, and we'll do what we have to, and then we're going to do projects. And
Right.
so, and then somewhere in there, I've got to work. So
Well, that's
I,
awesome.
I'd love to just shut down work for a couple of weeks and say, I'm done with you till I get this done, but it can't happen.
No, because then everything, your desk will pile up with papers again, and then we'll have another vicious cycle. But yeah, like you said, I mean, everything is kind of like a merry-go-round. Things don't ever stop; they just keep going, and things pile up. And so, yeah, but yeah, I'm glad you found your huckleberry,
And
and and you have a sense of where you're gonna, how you're gonna attack it, and of course you're probably gonna try to get her on a everyday routine of what's going on too. So
well, she has other places that she does, but she lives like literally just right over there. And so I told her, I said, I appreciate one day. I can live with one day. I said, but if you have other times, all you got to do is pick up the phone. We can fix this. So
that's awesome.
I'm very flexible. I'm not setting a time frame on this. It took time to get here. It's going to take me time to rewind. And so a lot of it's going to depend how much time she can put towards it.
Yeah.
More so than me. I'm game anytime she's ready, but it's that's kind of where she's, and she's like me. She's kind of can't stand a mess either. In fact, she was looking at my desk and I could just see her freaking out over there. I said, hey, it looks just as bad from this side, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I said, but this is what I've got to do. I said, I have got where I've just put on blinders. I had to keep from just being up till midnight doing something or going crazy. Or if I don't sit down and take a little bit of time before bed, I can't sleep. So I finally just decided it wasn't that bad. My office was, the rest of the house wasn't. But I just had to put on the blinders just to not freak out while I'm
Yeah.
trying to work.
Well, I can see the shift in your face when you talk about being excited about getting the help, and
Mhm.
you guys tackling stuff when you can. And then I saw the shift in you when you're like, yeah, it's going to take some time, and it's definitely a shift in your energy in both places. But like you said, at least finding your person is half the battle, and then looking that it's going to take time to unravel what you raveled up. So
I'm just gonna, it's kind of like I told her, I want to get straightened up enough that my OCD is not cracking up. I need to, I'm one of these people that like forks laying straight. I'm like, um, there's a lot of things that I like that I have not been able to accomplish in the last little while. And so, papers need to be stacked. They don't need to be shuffled. They need, a lot of things just need to be fixed. And
yeah,
I think I'm so looking forward to getting back to when somebody says, where is, I can say, right there.
right. Well, and that's the thing, right? You're working on a solution. You know the problem is there's only one Sheryl,
Mhm.
and you could only do so much. And when you're interviewing people and the papers are stacking up, you can't say to the interviewer, well, hold on, I got to take care of this. So I mean, everything's going to take some time to get reorganized. So yeah, I'm excited. And you knew the problem was is you couldn't keep going the way you were going, and that was without help. And
Well,
so
the main thing is being gone all week. I mean, I'm so looking forward to this convention because I've known these people for 25, yeah, 30 years. Uh, yes, and a lot of them
since
aren't
daycare.
a long time. And so I've known them for years, and we're getting older. There's people that aren't with us anymore.
Yeah.
And so I look forward to this one because I get to see the new people coming into the industry, which I think is great because I was really wondering if anybody ever was, because it was just us old fogies that were growing old in the company, or in the thing. But now we're getting new people. And this is, it's a work time for me. I've got some classes to do, but it's also, it's a good fellowship time for me.
Good.
And so that part of me is so looking forward to this. This side of me is like, if I didn't have this week, I could get something done.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got a seesaw going for next week.
Which I've got to remember. I've either got to check to see if Deb's going to do a show with me or if we're just going to play a rerun next week. So we'll see what we do. But we may or may not be live, and Sheryl may or may not. Oh, well, she's not going to be here next week.
When Dan decide to go on, if there's nothing going on, if I've got a window right there, I've got the schedule. That's just the way it is. I haven't even looked at it. So somewhere on the way down, I'll probably pull up the schedule, and if I look like I can pull out that amount of time, we'll go with it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, well, Sheryl, it's about that time for us to leave. And so in that, what would you like to say in wrapping up?
One of two things: find a huckleberry and be a huckleberry to someone.
I like that. I like that. And I won't only think of our huckleberries in the western part of Montana that we really, really love to eat, but yeah, that's a story for another time. But yeah, don't I love the fact that when a independent, amazing woman like Sheryl knows that she needs a little help, she admits it and realizes that it makes her life a lot easier. If Sheryl can do it, so can we. Realize that it does. Things don't have. We don't. Life doesn't have to be so difficult, or we don't have to be so difficult to realize that life can be better when we have a huckleberry. Life has been better since you realized that 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, because again, Sheryl could do it all,
And
she
you
did,
did. And
and
you
I did.
did. But
But
but it was such a strain on you, really, right? I mean, and now you realize how much life can be easier for you when you have everything, going flowing for you, right?
what's easier, I can think of more stuff to do, which is easy. Right? I seem to fill the void, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right, Sheryl. As always, I love you so much. You're so beautiful and radiant, and I love your wisdom. So thank you so much for being here every Wednesday with us. And have a safe trip, and we'll see you soon.
Love you. Bye bye.
Bye.
You're like a circle